It's the chop shop, you know what it is. Cyborg and Batman.
Yeah, the one with the quick symbolism on. Yes, sir. There's a microphone nearby. Yeah. Is there no mic over there? Oh, dear. How loud can you be?
Very loud. All right. Y'all hear me in the back? This question is for Zack Snyder. Zack, my name is Cyborg Jedi. I've been on a little bit of a hero's journey myself doing some projects, right? Seeing this thing here is truly a moment that has brought this entire new sale campaign into a full circle moment, if you will. My question for you, sir, is would you be overjoyed if your stories were able to continue in any form, even if it was on a third party outside of WBD?
Listen, that's a good question. I think it's fair and it's exciting. And look, I love the world, and obviously, I've not put a small amount of effort into this mythology. And we have done not also a small amount of work toward what the eventualities of these scenarios might be. As far as, I've had an amazingly, my experience with you guys and with this material has been incredibly satisfying, and I couldn't be happier with the way that, you guys have been able to dig in. We always talk about, if you want to go deep on these movies and on this mythology, it's there, right? And so, yes, would I be interested in whatever medium or whatever way these ideas would continue? Of course I would. But, and in the meantime, we forge ahead and we do what we do. And so, like that. But yes, thank you. But I love this world, and I love these guys that I've gotten to do this with, and it's been amazing. So, thank you.
The jumping up and down. Yeah, there is a mic down here. Come down. I got a good question.
We judge the question.
All right, I have one question, and Ben Affleck, you're the greatest Batman ever. Mr. Snyder, looking at that post-credit scene with, Deadshot, what was the plan for Batman's Ben Affleck for that story?
What was the whole plan? Which would take up too much time now, some of which I hit forgot. But, I always like that character and talk to Zack, and I think there's my plan for continuing on in this character. A certain point I got to and kind of found that I thought I wasn't really, I just felt like, I wasn't quite sure if it worked or job, and I felt like if you have a character like this and you kind of take that on, you want to go forward, you better really be sure and understand it and be confident, and certainly as a director, you kind of have to be the last person interested in the movie when everyone else is really bored, he doesn't want to watch it again, is sick of it, exhausted about the whole process. And I have held myself to this kind of metric where if I'm not really sure I see the precise location on target that I want to hit, I'm not sure I can hit it, but I want at least know exactly what I'm aiming for. But there's, as all of you have kind of mentioned, there's a spectacular array of characters in this universe, and also I think, they are ultimately like, I know that we sort of become like attached to them as exist in these particular forms, but I think of watching Zack's stuff and whatever he does, I find interesting and gross kind of manifestation of his work and his art. And with Chris, you know, you see people's, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be wearing one face to tell an interesting story. There are certainly, in response to this gentleman's question, there are a lot of different ways to do that, and so I don't get too wrapped up and like fixated on that one thing, or at least that's the way I soothe myself.
So I want to point out that, you know, you have, I mean, this is such a brilliant visual film, and the pacing of it and the tempo of it and everything is so incredible. And we have DJ here and we have Dodie here. Does anyone have questions for them? Yes, here in the white shirt. Loud.
It wasn't a question for them, it was a question for Zack. Oh, sorry.
All right, yeah. Here. No, it won't stretch. You're going to have to just be loud. Oh, you're coming through.
Hello, guys. Oh my gosh, this is cool. Zack, how close are we, and will we ever be able to get to see that John Stewart Green Lantern deleted scene?
Well, yeah, would I ever be able to, you know, listen, I don't have it right now. There was a, you know, property was returned. But it does exist. If you want to say anything, that's all. I know you are. Of course, I mean, only nice. Turn off the camera. But yeah, so I would have to say, look, I think just me saying Wayne did an amazing job in the little scene. And I really love it. And it was nice of him to come over to the house and shoot it with me. You know, he's an amazing actor, and so yeah, he's a cool guy. But yeah, as far as I don't know when you that will ever happen. But you know, I understand. So of course, there.
Hey Ray, when people ask their questions, can you repeat them through the mic?
Yeah, I will try to. Oh, there's a mic over there now.
Okay.
Fantastic. Make your way over to the microphones if you like. So just to be, yes, you were there. Yes. Do you want to get on the mic? Or
I'm loud, but I was partying last night, so I ain't that loud.
Okay, not loud. You were partying last
and then
night.
just don't stay because there's a
Everything,
camera.
right?
So this is an editing question because, like you were saying, the pacing on this goes wild. In more ways, you have these incredibly somber moments that you sort of let play out, and then you have flash sequences that do these very crazy, some odd things. So from an editing perspective, what was sort of going through your head in order to sort of evoke various emotions of whether it's excitement or these crazy applause moments that you'll get from the entire crowd?
It's a great question, yeah. So the question was about the editing and to
like what's getting us to react?
what's like going to make it really evocative,
Yeah.
essentially, within, yes.
Yeah, it's actually both. Yeah, because
Well, that sequence especially that he's talking about, I mean, the flash running back time sequence you're talking about it.
Across the board.
Across the board. Our inspiration was shared, right? Mostly. Yeah. If you turn back time, you guys are the song. Go, Jody.
well, no, I have to say, and they introduced me as the additional editor because I was standing on the shoulders of a very great editor, David Brenner. And then we had part of the discussion, keeping it safe and warm for the time when Zack was away from the project, and I was lucky enough to come on and be the one to help realize his unicorn, bring it, let it get born. So many of the scenes were already formed when I came on, and I mainly worked with that material, and that's why I was trying to throw it to the PJ because that particular scene already existed when I came on, the time scene.
But the time warp.
Amazing.
Well, time warp.
Amazing.
Okay. I agree. It's amazing. But my memory is it existed because, can I say that? Because we made it exist alongside. Yeah, it wasn't version of the movie where it didn't exist. It wasn't supposed to exist. Like, of course, we had a big, argument. There was a time when the discussion of whether or not to have Flash run time back was a big the studio didn't want to do that bit. There was but anyway, so it was difficult. We had to manufacture, it was almost one of these things where I had said, look, let me show you it, and it would be cool, and you guys are going to want to do it. And they said, okay, cool. And, well, they were confused. They were confused, yeah, there was a lot of confusion. But regardless, I think the good news is that we had luckily we had shot enough material of Ezra running on the treadmill and doing his thing, and, saying those lines about, Dad on one of them, that whole thing. We had that, and thank God we did, because there was no way we could have manufactured that, but it was good that we had.
And we posted the whole thing for you, so that's what you got when you came out to it.
Right, yeah, and I have to say, it's very, very emotional material, so we let it play as emotional, which is an interesting thing to create something so emotional in the middle of an action beat, because it is an action beat, but you have to let the sound go away and let the voice be the dominant thing with the music, and that was what we were doing. That
The bar is closing again,
I have a double martini.
Yeah, we gotta be careful because Super Mario is coming in here any second, so we gotta be ready. Yeah, thank God.
Exactly. Right. I have paid no mind to this side of the room. We're wonderful thing. Gentleman, right there. Yes.
When it came down to the Joker and Batman scene,
I got that.
I felt like I had. I wanted to know what was going to happen when it came down to the Joker, because when you released a couple of pictures, he had a crown of thorns, and I felt like you were going to go in the direction of maybe sacrificing himself like Christ. And I just want to know.
That's cool.
I want to go more in depth of what direction were you heading when it came to that, Batman and Joker.
You're not talking about the Jesus Batman, just Batman, or the Jesus Joker, just Joker in general.
Yeah, was he gonna end up sacrificing himself? Where was that direction with the nightmare scene?
Yeah, no, there was these guys were on a mission. It was a kind of a mission movie moment or beginning of where it was like a buddy picture, where the two protagonists were at odds, and they had to work out their differences over their travels across the country. No, in a way, that's what you could see. In some ways, that's what they're on about. They're on this little journey. And I guess, for me, one of the reasons why I wanted to do that scene was because I felt like, I was really happy with the way that these two guys said, Batman and Joker.